Fala pessoal, beleza? Espero que vocês aí estejam todos bem. Vamos seguir aqui para a parte 3 aqui do Alan Wake e para poder tentar aí desmistificar um pouquinho aí o que está acontecendo, né? Que tudo tá muito confuso ainda. Vamos ver o que vai acontecer agora depois que ele foi abordado pelaquela policial. Vamos lá.
Previously on Alan Wake, I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice!
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at, but the cabin had disappeared.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up. Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
Casarão.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow. Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Bom, aqui também tem umas fotos aqui do Alan. Beleza. Examine os modelos de capa.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan! Alan! Please check the fuse box!
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry!
O trauma dela da questão do escuro mesmo, então já é de muito tempo. Acho que talvez a gente vai saber um pouquinho mais agora.
I really don't like this, Alan. Please hurry!
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head. I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you.
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you, just in case.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor. That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up.
I need more light in here. God damn it, more lights.
It's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him.
Damn it!
Wait.
I don't want to be alone in here. Hey!
You can get to the back lot.
I couldn't go anywhere yet. I had to play along with the caller. Alice's life was at stake. Thanks.
The parking lot is through that door and down the corridor. Pay no attention to Walter Snyder on your way. Just go through the door there and past the cells. The door at the end of the corridor leads to the back lot, Mr. Wake.
Right. Thanks.
I know, Walter. He sounds really bad.
Caramba, a porta tá aqui.
Lights on! The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here.
Deixa eu ver o que tem aqui.
Hey!
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Hey, you! Can you... Hey!
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, "Go through the fence on the left." The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car. The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife? Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here at Right Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Talvez ela até libere, mas ela vai ficar bem desconfiada de tudo, né? Ela tá vendo que ele tá bem receoso de contar a verdade.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Loucura. E o cara aqui apagou.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Come on, take it easy.
Agora ficou mais difícil a situação.
Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole thing... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too. If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that. Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know. I just don't want any trouble.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? There's... That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. But you're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just
Esse mano vai
careful
ficar
with the
sozinho, hein?
natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be Deliverance all over again.
Bless you.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission. You want to know where you can shove that flashlight?
Lock the door when I leave.
Yep, you go ahead and do what you have to do. I'll be fine. Alone, but fine. In a cabin straight from a horror movie.
É bem isso mesmo. Cenário de filme de terror. O cara vai ficar aqui em cima. Um chalezinho desse daí. Se as luzes apagar, ferrou pra ele.
Real funny, Al. Real funny. Thank you. I'll just sit here in the dark till you come back.
Você é louco.
Till I get eaten by a grue.
Pronto, filho. Não precisa reclamar. Quando for pra apagar, é que vai apagar mesmo de vez. Aí já era. Opa, pilhas. Isso é bom. Mais nada pra garimpar aqui. Opa.
I didn't realize we were back in the 3rd grade here.
Esse cara aparentemente vai ser meio que um alívio cômico, mas agora por quanto tempo, né? Espero que ele não se vá, né? Mas vamos lá.
Seriously, cut it out, Al. My nerves are shot.
Pronto, parei. Vambora. Eu imaginei a princípio que pegando aquelas chaves a gente já ia de carro até lá. Até porque ele fala, né? Tipo, se você tiver perdido, é só seguir ali aquela antena, né? Trancou a porta com medo. Bom, antes da gente seguir, só vou dar uma volta aqui só pra ver se de repente não tem nada aqui que, né, possa ser útil. Vou pegar a garrafa de café. Será que esse garrafa de café ajuda no HP, talvez? Não sei, né? Vamos ver. Bom, acho que não tem mais nada aqui, então bora lá, né? Já tem neblina aqui. Se tem neblina é porque o negócio vai ficar cabuloso.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Vamos ver se tem mais alguma coisa aqui.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Nossa, mas a atmosfera desse jogo aqui é muito boa, cara. A ambientação dela aqui, ó. É sensacional. É uma das melhores já. Nossa, velho, que susto, mano. Até a gente seguir, só vou dar uma olhadinha aqui. Não sei se vai dar pra entrar nessa casa, mas é mais uma explorada mesmo. Pra ver se de repente tem pilha, essas coisas, né? Ih, rapaz, dá pra entrar mesmo.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like? My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. No plan, really.
Já começou, velho, já começou.
Tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh? Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm gonna check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Como que eu tô de bala aqui? Nossa, eu tô só com um revólver, cara. Nem aquela escopeta que eu tinha tenho mais. Legal. A não ser que ela tava em algum lugar da delegacia e passou despercebido, né? Não sei. Bom, vamos sair fora. O mano com a faca passou pra cá, né? Bom, vou descer. Ia começar já. Aqui já não tem mais ponto de luz. Ó, vou sondar pra cá também. Vamos ver aqui se a gente encontra alguma coisa útil também, né?
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man.
Caramba, essa musiquinha dá um calafrios, mano. Essa da televisão aí, quando a gente liga. Fico pensando, se o negócio tá assim já no 1, imagina o 2, né, cara? Quando chegar.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Loucura, né, velho?
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me! Anybody? Help me! Help me! Can you hear me? Anyone? Please, help! Help me!
The ranger's office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
Hello? Back here. I'm back here. Hey, please help me. I'm here. I'm hurt. I can't move. Mr. Wake? Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have... the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened. Shh. Good boy.
Se desse pra libertar, né, cara, esse cãozinho aqui, só pra também ter um apoio a mais.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Tá, deve ser aqui dentro.
was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Rusty!
É isso. Já era o Rusty.
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness. Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
É. Aqui vai ser 3. Antes de eu ir pra frente, deixa eu só ver se eu acho alguma coisa aqui também, né? De repente alguma arma mais forte. Pilhas também. Não é porque... Cara, se isso daí abrir um negócio... Ou realmente foi algum veículo ou foi algo muito brutal, cara. Vamos lá.
Fishing is only permitted for those visitors who purchase a park fishing license. Obey the park ranger's instructions at all times. Rusty, Rusty, no!
Ah, é o que é rapidão lá. Chatão. Deixa eu tá lá. Tem arrepio, velho. Você é louco. Cadê o cara? Cadê o cara?
You obey. Or even simple berries.
Toma. Caramba. Já era. Tô ficando mais ligeiro agora. Olha, esse jogo é muito bonito, cê é louco. Não canso de admirar isso. É um jogo de 2010 para uma remasterização, olha isso. Tá com o sequestrador? É o Barry.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
É, basta um apagão que o Barry roda, né? Essa é a verdade.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would. Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
Acho que tem dois caminhos aqui, Lover's Peak. Mas deixa eu ir pra cá só pra dar uma curiada. Eu acho que aqui é um outro cenário, velho. Alguma outra tela, sei lá. Vou mais pra cá não, vou pra Lover's Peak mesmo, vai. Falando que eu tô mais ligeiro nisso aqui. Mas quase foi de arrasta pra cima, né? Mas tô mais ligeiro. Beleza, não tem mais nada aqui, vamos seguir. Quando começa a ficar assim mais densa, aí tem, velho. É sempre assim. Vamos lá, né? Aê. tanque isso aqui? Ui, cara. Só pra dar uma curada mais rápida, né? Só tô com 2 balas, cara. Quase sem bala, não tem mais nada de 12. E tem uma munição só. Agora é meio que correr mesmo, se não achar nenhum recurso. Sabia, mano, 13 quando você tá sem recurso nenhum. O bom é que o jogo ainda dá um boi, né? Ó. Te traz ainda com algumas balas. Nossa. Sufoco, hein? Você é louco. Vamos que vamos. Acende, acende. Nossa, cara, não vai dar não. foi foda isso aí. Nossa, vou voltar daqui, sério. Não tô mais com bala, não tô com nada. Minha sorte é se eu chegar naquele interruptor ali. Beleza. Preciso de bala agora. Aqui, ó. Nem te vi, cara. Ó o tanque. Segura o seu. Vai. Opa, deixa eu atrasar os caras aqui. Pessoal, eu tô com 5 minutos pra encerrar essa gravação. Ai, se eu não conseguir aqui, eu vou ter que fazer uma parte 4, olé. Caraca, não tem nenhum fecho de luz, nada assim pra mim poder sair fora. Mas quem gostou aí, curte, compartilha aí. Caramba, que vai ter mais. Opa. Caraca. Opa! Aqui, ó. Vai, Alan, corre, filho. Os caras só na machadinha. Oi. Não. Puf, era só um pouco, velho. Saco. Mas é isso, pessoal. Não vou conseguir terminar aqui essa parte com vocês, tá? Mas quem gostou aí, curte, compartilha. E bora pra parte 4, tá? Ai. Dessa vez eu não voltei com todo o arco de balas, né? Mas vamos lá. Caraca, acho que vou morrer mais cedo nessa do que na outra. Fiquei muito encurralado aqui. Opa. Já era. Se eu tivesse com essa 12, cara, faria estrago. Caramba, o cara tava atrás, velho. Ainda abriu um troféu ainda. E aí, vai dar ou não? Ah, não vai dar não, vai. Ou vai? Acho que vai. Bom, é isso. Cheguei aqui. Mas depois a gente continua pra saber o desfecho aqui dessa segunda parte, beleza? Obrigadão aí pra quem conseguiu ficar comigo até aqui. Valeu, pessoal, e até mais. Quem é?
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming. That flashlight's kid stuff. The flares will keep the bastards away.
Prendeu, Alan? Isso aí.
You can see them too? Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move. Why?
Beleza, valeu, pessoal. Até mais, hein?
Yeah, but let's move. I lost my gun back there.